Is any other girl out there sick of the fact that we've normalized PMS, bloating, birth control, hormonal imbalance and infertility? We've normalized diet foods and processed protein and low fat and the train like a beast mentality, even when your body is so burnt out. And don't even get me started on the fact that easily 70% of the girls I've worked with have had a chronic health issue in my entire career as a women's health specialist. Everybody's got a hormonal imbalance or two, and gut issues and thyroid issues, and PCOS is on the rise, and endometriosis. Everybody's got trauma and a dysregulated nervous system that they don't know how to regulate. But no, you just suppress it, sweep it under the rug, stay busy, go, go, go. Women are so disconnected from their minds, their bodies, their emotions and nervous systems, essentially their womanhood. You know, it's literally a running joke. Girls always have something wrong with them. The fact that we've normalized women being sick is really saying something. This is a man's world, and I'm just a girl that's living in it, and so are you. And we are expected to show up and function in the same way as them. You go work a 9 to 5, just like a man who can show up the same every day because he's running on a 24-hour hormone cycle. But you're going to be judged as a bad employee because you can't produce and perform in the same way throughout the month because you're on a 28-day hormone cycle. Do you not see the problem? Research shows that you should train like this and eat like that and get 8 hours of sleep, when these very studies didn't even look at a female population. I mean, exercise science only really started including females in their sample size very recently. And even then, they were looking at female athletes, not women like you and I. And then when they finally do look at the right population, they come out and say, oh, oopsies, women actually need 9 to 10 hours of sleep. Oopsies. We learned that women don't metabolize carbs as well, especially in the lead up to their period, so they should switch to a slightly higher fat ratio instead. Oopsies, the birth control pill that we marketed to be sexually liberating for women is actually making women have worse sex because it shrinks your clitoris and it reduces vaginal tissue development and it makes you choose a more incompatible partner and it changes the way your gut functions and it reduces and depletes you of hormones and vitamins that make you feel good and sexy. Oops. Waking up every morning with debilitating anxiety, you have cystic acne, you bloat after every meal, you've rapidly gained 10 kilos, your period takes you for a ride every month. How about you just get rid of it altogether? The fact that the West has not only belittled and gaslit multiple generations of women, but launched an entire smear campaign against the very thing that makes us us, our periods, our fertility, is a crime against my gender. Our periods are not an inconvenience that you can just get rid of. Oh, I don't want a baby for the next 10 years, so I'll just stop ovulating for an entire decade. I say this with my entire science-backed chest. A woman cannot thrive and be her best unless she is ovulating. The synthetic hormones that you get from birth control are not the same and do not do the same thing as the real thing. Imagine if we told men, hey, let's just suppress your testosterone for multiple years because your sperm is a liability. You think that would work? Fertility is vitality. It's not about the baby, it's about you. It makes my heart bleed that instead of fixing the very much related chronic health issues that we have, so our periods can be healthy and harmless, we're instead told to just get rid of it completely. Instead of getting into a state of healing for PCOS, no, go aggravate and stress your body further by starving yourself and overtraining. Instead of, focusing on healing your gut and reducing stress with endometriosis, you're told to instead cut out red meat and undergo severely invasive surgeries to get rid of the scar tissue. Nobody's even connecting the fact that 30% of women with endo have sexually related trauma that hasn't been addressed. Instead of teaching women how to work with every phase of their cycle, we're told instead push through no matter what for the sake of your goals. Don't take the first day of your bleed off work, otherwise you'll get judged for being lazy. Disconnect from the inbuilt feedback system that you have and don't listen to the cues that your body's telling you. Push your training hard, portion control, eat the same amount of calories every day. Even though you need the extra hour of sleep, get up because waking up at 5 a.m. is what successful people do. Modern society is a female dystopia. And you know what? I'm not surprised that my generation has had enough of the boss bitch mentality and is starting to idolize the soft life. I mean, it's a natural reaction to being born in a world that's quite literally making us sick, where we don't even have choice or say in the matter. I mean, if we look at women 100 years ago, sure, it was a bad time for them when it came to rights and opportunities. But a lot of people think that they still had it better than we do today because at least they got to live in alignment with their hormones and their natural biology. Whereas today, a woman's expected to do all the same things a man does whilst still bearing children and raising a household and doing all the things that women had to do 100 years ago as well. I'm not saying that I would want to live the trad wife 1950s lifestyle. I know I personally would go crazy without working and being fully domesticated. But a lot of girls are starting to look up to that kind of lifestyle because at least they get to operate with their bodies and biology and not against it. But even then, why are there only two options? The soft life, which is unrealistic and unattainable for most, or the live, work, breathe, hustle like a man? What about the in-between? What about the hustling woman that wants to show up as her best in every area of life while still honoring her femininity and what her body needs? I'm speaking on this topic because I was that girl once. The girl who looked up to Goggins for inspiration. The one who didn't realize that she was under-eating and overtraining and definitely overworking. But I didn't think that there was anything wrong with that because all the people that I looked up to were doing the same. All the gym girls, the coaches, the PTs, the gurus, the entrepreneurs were all doing it. But I truly thought I was listening to my body, even though all the warning signs were there. And it was only when I got sick, big sick, that I realized that we were all wrong and this is not the way. This is not the way at all. I had adrenal fatigue, a dysregulated AF nervous system, chronic fatigue, chronic inflammation, PMS, PMDD, cystic acne, gut issues, long COVID, a cooked metabolism, woke up every morning with debilitating anxiety. My hair was turning gray. I was always inflamed. I had sleeping problems. I had cognitive issues. I was a walking diagnosis. But you know what's funny about that? The fact that I was told that my symptoms were driven by anxiety and I just needed to chill out and they would all go away. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I was told that by many professionals, rather than the anxiety being a symptom of what I was going through. The vertigo, I had vertigo, not nervous system inflammation and cognitive issues. I was given the oral contraceptive pill to fix my hormonal imbalance. And I was basically gaslit and belittled, which is unfortunately the reality of far too many women in the industry. You know what industry I'm talking about. It was only then when I felt like I'd exhausted all my options and I'd pushed myself to even my own crazy limits as a high achiever that I realized I needed to face myself, get it together, and start healing. Which is why I spent years studying, upskilling, learning from the best, healing myself, and now I actually help women all across the globe do the same. And since I haven't introduced myself yet, my name is Mary. I am a women's health specialist and holistic coach. I did my bachelor's in physiology. I've studied functional diagnostics of nutrition, female fertility, behavioral medicine, and somatic experiencing for trauma and a dysregulated nervous system. After my own healing journey and helping countless women with theirs, I've discovered the art of true holistic healing. There is a tried and tested method that works every time with so many different kinds of disorders. It just comes down to the fact that you need to decide. You need to decide to heal, taking agency over your health and your life again. And it's something I had to do. It's something every one of my clients have had to do as well. You deserve access to this information. Every woman has the right to learn how her biology performs best. You have a right to live, work, eat, train, and just function in a way that honors and respects your femininity. And you can do both. You can reach your goals while still respecting how you were designed to function. You can get snatched and strong without burnout. You can lose weight without damaging your metabolism. You can have a period every month that doesn't take you through the ringer. You can still work a 9 to 5 and be that gym girl who learns how to cycle sync. You can embody your feminine energy while you hustle and grind. You can eat gluten and sugar and dairy without breaking out. You don't have to cut out every single toxic thing from your life for you to get better. I'm not a purist. I don't believe that you have to live like a 17th century monk to practice the art of holistic healing. And I've created a blueprint that teaches you exactly that. And before I even get into what this is, I just want to preface this part of the video by saying that this is not a money grab. I get it, you are always being sold to. There's a call to action at the end of every video. Oh, buy this course so you can make 30K a month and you can get your dream body in 8 weeks and attract your dream man and level up in all areas of your life. This is not that. Honestly, you could even stop watching right now. What I'm offering is something that has truly never been done before. There is a growing demand for something that no one's really providing a solution for. It's a passion project of mine. Like, I've been sitting on this idea for a while, but I've never actually launched anything before. Obviously, aside from my usual one-on-one coaching, I've never really thought that it made sense to launch something just for the hype and the quick cash grab. I've always felt like if you're going to launch something, it needs to address a problem. It needs to exist for the point of existing. The world must need it. And when I tell you, I am so proud of this offer. I think that there's truly nothing like it. So many women can heal and I can leave the world a better place. Yes, I'm a Pisces, if you couldn't already tell. Yes, it really matters. But you know, I really believe in putting my money where my mouth is. I sold all my stocks at a loss because I didn't want to support cobalt and lithium mining. I buy from the halal local grocer because, like I said, you know, you can vote with your dollar. I truly believe that. And there are so many unethical, greedy business owners out there. We're in late stage capitalism, so I get it. I totally do. And like I said, I'm not creating this just for the sake of it. I'm creating it because the world needs it. So without further ado, oh, I'm so excited. Let me introduce you to the Glow Blueprint because we're gonna get your glow back, sweetie. This is a 10-week group program and wellness retreat. You know what it is? It's holistic healing for the hustling woman. Ooh, I like it. Sounds good, yeah? And that's exactly what it is. So every week we're gonna run through a topic that plagues the average woman. Everything from gut, inflammatory foods, mental health, trauma, regulating your nervous system. And no, I'm not talking about doing a cold plunge and a meditation because that shit don't work for your trauma. We know that. We're talking natural beauty, supplements. We're talking how to train like a baddie without burnout. Yeah, this is for the gym girl too. Obviously, hormones, fertility issues, metabolism, basically an all-in-one starter pack to get your glow back as a modern woman who wants to heal but still thrive. You're gonna get heaps of one-on-one coaching with me. We're doing group training sessions together. And at the end of the program, we're going away for a weekend wellness retreat in Melbourne. If you're not from the state or the country, you can still join us for the online components. So we'll have a conversation about that. When I say I put my entire feminine ussy into it, I just love being a part of a movement where femininity is respected and honored. Yeah, we gotta put some respect on it because the world certainly hasn't. So, my girls, if you are ready to take agency, decide enough is enough, say a big F you to a world that is quite literally making you sick. If you are ready to get back in body and get in tune with what you really need, learn how to lead with intuition and actually heal for good this time, then head over to my website with all the deets and how to apply. I'll make sure to include a link in the description box below. And I saved the best to last. If you want to get a taste of what the Glow Blueprint is all about and learn the foundations of healing, then I'm running a free webinar next week on the 30th of April. Yes, free, because like I said, the world needs it and every woman deserves access to this information. Any woman is welcome to join. The link to register will be down in the description box. If you can't attend, that's fine. It'll be recorded and sent out to you. I cannot wait to teach you girls how to start thriving and glowing from within. So make sure you like and subscribe, do your thing, and I will see you girls at the webinar.